We are rolling and going.
We're rolling and going.
Going.
Hi, everybody. Sorry we are late today, but we are excited to play some D&D. This is episode 4 of Arc 5 of Better Than Heroes. If you are new to our stream, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Rachel Weeks, and I play Klik, the level 13 Kreen fighter.
Hey, I'm Andrew Ovredahl, and I play Flute, a.k.a. the Windrider, a human Warlock.
Hi, I'm Jordan Dahl, and I'm the Moonboy, a level 13 Moonboy.
My name is Aaron Urist, and I play K.A.I. Hammerstein, the Artificer.
And I'm Harlan Kelly. I am the dungeon master of this game, and I play everybody else.
Yeah, today we're going to play some 5e Spelljammer D&D.
It's true.
But first, our show is live soundtracked by Jason Wardell. You can hear him soundtracking at this very moment. Isn't he doing a great job? It is also directed by K.A.I. of Tiger Moon Productions. Thank you for that resub, DC Pep. The best. Thanks for being with us for so long. We really appreciate it. Because this show is brought to you by our patrons and our subscribers. You make this show possible. You help us pay Case and Jason and Jordan to make art and just cover the cost of making this show better and cooler to watch and play.
Cooler than Heroes. Sorry.
Cooler than Heroes. If you love the show and you've been watching for a little while, you want to see it grow, please consider supporting the show financially. You can do that by subscribing to the stream right now on our subscription button. It's the one that says subscribe. I bet you can find it. Follow if you haven't followed already. Please consider checking out our Teespring as well. We've got t-shirts and stickers and cool stuff going on over there. And of course, you can support us on Patreon. There's some great prizes for helping us out, and including one of the higher tiers is you get to play in a game, a monthly D&D game in the world. You can impact how this stuff goes down. Maybe you're the Astral Dreadnaught and we're gonna be buds. That would be sweet.
That would be sweet.
If there was no fight today. Also, you can support the show by telling your friends about it. We're live every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific. We also have a YouTube channel where all of the VODs go live. And we have a podcast.
It's true.
Every week there'll be a new episode of the podcast coming out. So you can check it out there. If you want to just not see our faces, that's fine. You don't have to. You don't have to. We appreciate everything that you do to make us better than heroes.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
Y'all are the heroes. Okay, it is time to play some D&D. But
We're
first,
better than you.
yeah.
The betters are the heroes you meet along the way, right?
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
See. Thanks for the resub, Colin. All right, let's get into last week's recap.
Last week's recap, yeah, I'm sorry. Previously on Better Than Heroes, the crew wound their way through the Astral Sea, searching for a way back to the Azure Forge's entrance to retrieve Malzor. K.A.I. spoke to Olyphanticulus, who was overwhelmed by the flood of returning memories, which included the recognition of Moonboy as his old self, the Moon Gnome's serial ethic. Saving the hard work of remembering for later, they put Papa down for a nap with what we'll call some sleepy time tea, and moved to deal with the many pressing issues pulling the crew in several directions. Flute berated the rider for giving Relic a taste of powers, and insisted that he take them back, lest Relic be warlocked and bewitched forever. The Dinger and the newly named Elvish Impersonator reached the Azure Forge, which had the physical infrastructure of its demi-planar grid floating in the Astral Sea. After much discussion, the crew approached a grid block they calculated would allow them to reach Malzor, but found themselves face to face with the gargantuan Astral Dreadnaught, which had been following them. Under the gaze of the Dreadnaught's luminous anti-magic eye, it was determined that the creature was on the run from the armies of the Undying Queen. Employing a classic just ignore the moon-sized monster technique, party attempted to crack their way into the Azure Forge's network with a catapult. Flute managed to bust an opening into the forge, and the crew wondered how to proceed. K.A.I flew towards the opening to investigate. As he approached, he floated into the Astral Dreadnaught's anti-magic gaze, and was suddenly floating in space, dormant, disenchanted, and motionless. Is K.A.I dead? Am I dead? Is this what sleeping feels like? It's so nothingy. I like it. What happens when arcane intelligence in an anti-magic field? Is it something good? Find out right now on Better Than Heroes.
Harlan's like, fuck off. We play a Patreon game, and Harlan gave us 50 healing potions and 50 potions of fire breathing.
I really feel like I had a plan for that, and it went away so quickly.
It was one of the weirdest rewards I've ever had.
Well, in my mind, there was like
15 potions of fire breathing.
That's a hell of a Saturday night right there is what that is.
It's also become it's become a thing in that game too, where like they're so low level that like the potion of fire breathing is so powerful that the fights
incredible.
just turn into all of them breathing fire everywhere. It's pretty sick, honestly.
We do it a lot.
Pretty great.
Harlan, when you play games like Skyrim or something, do you play with all the mods turned on?
I've never played video game RPGs. That's like a secret about me is that I can name 5 people who are trying to bully me into playing Mass Effect. Because they're like Harlan.
I've never played Mass Effect.
Oh, you are both insane people, and you need to get out and play it.
Okay.
All right,
okay.
that's
Sorry.
it for the show, y'all. We got to go play Mass Effect.
We'll do that for Later Than Heroes. Okay. So you all are floating in the astral sea here.
Oh, we're back?
Yes. Yeah, we've been back. We've been yelling about all of this on stream. Jordan.
I'm floating.
It's. Also, shout out to Jason. This is perfect floating in the Astral Sea music. And you all, you have 2 ships chained together here, like kind of tethered together, as the Dinger is not currently able to fly well. And the Elfish impersonator is towing the ship that Klik has taken on and is the pilot of, is towing the first ship, and you all see this Astral Dreadnaught that's tucked into and tied inside of this grid that holds the Azure Forge that you all were able to find because of the glowing disc that is that Klik was able to conjure from some of her ancestors. And as K.A.I floated toward it, as you mentioned beautifully in the recap, you just kind of off in the middle of it. And with that, we're going to roll initiative here right out of the gates. So if everyone could roll initiative. I've got my initiative set. I'd love to
I was
know
planning on being
what yours
really
is.
nice.
Do you want me to roll initiative as well?
Yes, it would be good to just have yours.
I got a 19.
Alrighty.
I got an 18.
And I don't want to say what I got.
And mine is private.
I prefer to keep it private. That's all right.
Private rolls. They're coming out.
I get a 7.
I love
that's
it.
not so bad.
I love it.
I feel like it's bad for me to go early.
I would agree with that.
Because I can't do anything.
Well, we'll see.
That is.
Oh, I have to do one more thing. I have to decide. I have to determine if today is a good or a bad day.
Oh yeah, we haven't. For as much combat as we did in the last campaign, or in the last arc, you didn't have day resets. Yeah, I've been keeping track of it. But I rolled an odd number for the first time, so today's going to be a bad day. Ooh, I love it.
Someone. No shit, dude.
Tell us what that means mechanically, real quick.
It means that I now can use my reaction to subtract 1d6 from my enemies if they're within 30 feet of me.
Okay, let's go.
On rolls. So, yeah, it is part of the Circle of Stars build, and it is called Cosmic Omen. When you finish a long rest, roll a die. Until you finish your next long rest, you gain a special reaction based on the die roll. Wheel for even, or woe for odd. Whenever a creature you can see within 30 feet of you is about to make an attack roll, a saving throw, or an ability check, you can use a reaction to roll a d6 and subtract the number.
Incredible. I love it.
Yeah.
And
it's the best one. The other one's good too, but this one's the best one. I mean, this is the one.
And I
to
also
go into a fight.
Before we jump into combat here too, I want to go ahead and show you all because you all know, right? You know that the Astral Dreadnaught is just hanging out there, is right there. You all have punctured this hole that is just about human size, right? That one of you could maybe like squeeze through into the opening of the Azure Forge, and you know right around the edge of that is the Astral Dreadnaught, and we do have some amazing art for it from Jordan Dahl himself. So I will throw it up on stream here so you all can see it first, and then I will kind of pull it up here so the players can see it as well, because it's so good. Look at that. It's so good. I love it so much.
He looks super sweet and very nice to us.
And a very friendly boy.
Yeah, he looks kind of... he looks like he might be annoying at a party, but...
He's talking. He's like, hey, how's it going?
I like his little tongue goatee.
Yeah.
That ship isn't to scale, though, right?
No. That's like...
well, for combat purposes, no, but...
No, but that's just what came to mind as I was drawing them.
It's very good. Okay, cool. So we are in combat here.
Thanks,
so
guys.
That is going to first up. That's going to bring up Kai. It's your turn.
I float. Right? Can I do anything? I can't do anything. Is it just? Am I experiencing anything?
Yeah.
Or everything is just dark. Unconsciousness.
I think that here's my challenge, because you don't get a saving throw, another saving throw roll here. So I'm going to say on your turn, I would love to hear some flavor of what
I don't think I have made
turning off for Kai feels like, because you are no longer inside of your body, and if it's just nothing, that's fine. But I don't want it to come from me. I think that you are truly just off here.
I think it's like being not just completely, it's not unconsciousness, it's like being so diminished that I'm just kind of cut off from everything.
Yeah.
It's like I've been reduced down to a tiny little spark.
A thin gravy.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm but a thin gravy.
Great. Okay, cool. So that's all there is for your turn. You do not get a saving throw against this right now.
Could I have said that it's like awesome and it's like I fight in it? If I can, I'm the gravy most powerful.
I'm not grading your description on the mechanics, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
It's funny, but also sad. Okay,
I'm diminished and unreachable.
That will bring up Flute. It is your turn now.
avenge me.
Is K.A.I within grabbing distance?
I mean, that's up to you. I would say that...
I'm definitely off the ship, right? Oh, yes, there I am. I am floating in space.
Yeah, we have a huge map tonight. Shout out to every Map Story, Josh, who makes these maps for us.
I think it's sort of weird to see. I don't think you guys have ever seen K.A.I.'s body just like empty. The light that usually comes from my eyes and from within my body that sometimes you can see is just dark.
We did establish that you are at the very tip of the ship here, Andrew, so I'm going to say that you're 50 feet away from K.A.I currently.
50?
Yeah, and he is flying out and in front of the ship, so he is floating in midair. He is not touching anything. So if you wanted to walk out kind of on this plank at the front of the ship, you absolutely can. But just K.A.I flew out here and floated out into the cone.
Is there a rope on deck?
You absolutely have a rope coiled up attached to your hip. No problem at all.
Oh, wow.
Your hip.
That's generous.
I'm a nice person.
You are a nice person.
You're always making fun of him about that thing. What do you have that rope for? It's bedtime.
Is there any way you could make the grid a little darker, Harlan?
I can, yeah. It is. We're dealing with a very, very big map tonight. So
my colorblind ass can't see it.
No problem at all. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to throw the loose end of the rope behind me and just kind of yell over my shoulder, tie it off, and I'm going to sprint down this this bow, holding the other end of the rope, and I want to jump and try to grab K.A.I, but how would we resolve that? If my action is to dash, I can't grab him until my next turn.
Sure. I mean, let's have you make an athletics check to just go ahead and see how well you throw yourself off there.
Check.
Acrobatics, absolutely. Go for it.
I'm running on the balance beam thing here.
Sure.
22.
22. All right, cool. So you are able to fling yourself off into this, astral sea here, just floating off the edge, still inside of the gravity of the ship, but flinging yourself off in the correct pattern. It's not your first time jumping off the ship, so you just fly towards K.A.I, and if your movement takes you past the tip of the ship, you can just go ahead and put yourself right where you are next to him, and you'll have to use your action next time as your body is being correctly thrown toward him, but might not be.
And the loose end of the rope is just kind of snaking along the deck back there.
I will say, and if you fail to attach yourself to him next time, you will continue to kind of float past him as you've just thrown yourself off here. But
I've seen the movie Gravity. I get it.
Wonderful. All right. That's going to bring up Klik here. You are at the ship, so you have the ability to move the ship or disconnect yourself here. It's up to you. I would say the Astral Dreadnaught is not currently moving toward you all in any way that you can see. It definitely looks menacing and is intentionally kind of pointing its eye in this direction. That is true. But if you want to know anything else, kind of outside of that, but
we've ripped this little person-sized hole in time,
space, but yes,
space.
Yeah.
Is that another dimension in there?
Yes.
Great.
For mechanic purposes, 100%. Yeah.
Great.
Where is that tear?
It's a great question. It's a great question. It is specifically at this corner, right here. I'll draw a little circle, a little purple circle here on this corner, this little elbow. Maybe I should have made it purple because there's already a lot of purple on the map here.
I can see it.
But yeah, you can see this little There's a little circle
I see.
here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Top
yeah.
left.
There's a couple
Well-
different circles now, but because Roll20 gets mad at me
Bottom
when I
left,
make maps
top
big.
left.
Okay, well, I'm going to move the ship forward and try and get under K.A.I and Flute as best as I can and move toward this little tear.
Sure. Yeah, I assume.
But like chill, like no guns or anything.
No guns right now. Yeah. I realized the Astral Dreadnaught was kind of hidden for a second there, so I could do the art reveal, but it is now on there.
He's right there.
Yeah, he's right there.
Moonboy's going to kind of look at this thing in sort of a quizzical, like, what are you sort of way. And he's going to try to figure out what the nature of this creature is.
Yeah. You absolutely can do that on your turn, for sure. I just want to double check that the Dinger has 40 feet of movement, I believe.
Yeah. Is that the same as the Elvish Impersonator?
Yes, we are calling it the same
Great.
then. So you can move the ship forward 40 feet here. To kind of like scoop it up under them, absolutely.
Just
Shout out to Pilot Klik, everybody.
Doing my best to sort of gently make sure they don't drift into space, but stay on track for this little hole.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool. I will. You can dash. You can move another 40 feet if you'd like, but you don't have to. And you do have an action if you'd like to use it as well.
I guess we might as well dash. I didn't even think about that.
You can
The
go
ship
forward
dashing.
and back. Yeah.
Let's go forward and... so 40 feet puts... Like, if we go 80 feet, that puts the bow of the ship underneath them. What if we do, like over here? Can you see this? I don't even know.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
So we just try and scoop them up while we're turning. But
Sure.
try and get the ship pointed a little bit closer to these circles.
Sure, yeah. So we're going for pointing the ship at the circles, pointing the ship at the opening. Your piloting is kind of like turning this train. So you're facing the opening. You're kind of getting closer there, and also positioning yourself right under the jumping Flute and the immobile K.A.I. Is that right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So I will position this map real quick. To the best of my ability, and then you can tell me if you want me to tweak it at all here. So it's about 80
Easier
feet.
to move the whole map than move the two ships and everyone on them.
I know. I love it. I love it. The complicated nature of ship combat. Ooh, don't get me started. Oh, get me started on it. I could talk about it forever. But let's see. Okay, cool. So there it is. If you all know anyone at Roll20, be like, hey, let's talk about some ships sometime. Let's get it just right. Because I wish I had another token layer almost for the real heads out there to be like, this is the
You
ship
could
token layer.
group the little tokens on the ship, link them to the ship below.
Yeah, I think you can. I think I maybe should have and could have set it up that way. But I think
I don't know.
That's about where we are, right?
Job.
Does that feel good?
Yeah. Can we move a hair so Flute and K.A.I are more under, and then I'm good.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe
I don't want to miss them entirely. Yeah, perfect.
Cool. We did it.
Okay. Gorgeous.
And then great. So that's your turn, right? As you're taking on the pilot responsibilities, the captain responsibilities here, and you are flying your ship as needed. Oop, that's me. Sorry. Cool. All right, that is going to bring up Cobble, who is going to yell over the Rocky Talkie. He's like, whoa, we're getting closer to the big Astral Dreadnaught. And that's going to bring up Goliath's turn, and you just kind of hear, oh boy. And After
Is that his
that,
action?
He's just eating a burrito on his turn.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
y'all haven't checked on him in a while. Maybe he is eating the burrito. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's putting on hot sauce in action or
Hugged
bonus
to
action.
death by Dingham Nidras.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dingham Nidras is not doing well either. There's so many problems.
A whole other thing, and that will. Okay, great. So that's going to bring up the Astral Dreadnaught. So you see this huge hulking being hanging out right around the edge here, and has made it has been following you this whole time, but has not made any aggressive action toward you. It seemed to. It was definitely shown later to you, Klik, that it went around in a way that like kind of cut you off and made it so that it was stalking you and was approaching you here, but you have not seen it make any aggressive action to you until now, as you see it just launch itself off of this grid, this floating magical mechanical system that it is weaving between.
No.
And as it hangs around the edge here, your ship comes toward the grid to scoop up Flute and K.A.I, and this Astral Dreadnaught pulls its huge hulking body and pushes off the edge here, and you can see its claws, and it looks like an eel almost, the size of your ship, as it wriggles very swiftly. And this is a huge hulking creature too, and you're almost surprised about how agile it is able to move as it moves 80 feet toward you.
80 feet, great.
Yeah, 80 feet toward you. And
our hopes of friendship.
Just like, hey, what's up?
hey, yeah. And I think that
Give it relic. Give it relic. Oh no, relic fell over.
Yeah. It's actually going to spend its whole action dashing. So it moves incredibly swiftly and then just floats up and above your ship, about 10 feet above where Flute and K.A.I just threw themselves off, and the ship scooped them up under it. It pushes off the grid as well. It floats above you, doesn't take any action, but is now just looming about 10 feet over it. Its huge form and its like large glowing eye, as you see its whole mouth open, and there's just like this cosmic swirl inside
Slumen?
it. And that will bring up Moonboy. It's now your turn.
Okay, Moonboy is going to
make sure and get this token in the right spot too.
He's going to. Oh boy. Is it looking down at us? Do we
Yes.
have the anti-magic cone on us?
Yes.
So I can't cast a spell.
I
Nothing.
mean, you can try, but you know that it has. You know that Flute was unable to cast a spell inside of the vision of its eye before.
I know?
You know it's looking down at you, and you know that K.A.I is deactivated right now.
Yeah, I mean, you can see K.A.I. Like,
Can
so-
if I were to run... Okay, first of all, like I said, Moonboy is going to look at this thing like, what are you, friend? Are you friend-shaped or foe-shaped? Are you beast? Are you monstrosity? And I would like to beg some sort of a roll to figure out this creature's type. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, sure.
Does this monster have a type?
It will cost your action. If you're trying to, you can do a history check as your action. Absolutely.
Oh, history!
The most exciting action anyone could take in combat. A history
I'm
roll.
Let me.
I'm not book smart.
Let's see if I can remember there's like a bloodied fight going on behind you. This reminds me of something.
Moonboy is going to look at this thing for a minute, like, and then he's going to run for the side of the ship. And Roll20's going wild on me.
It is really mad at me for having a huge map.
Yeah.
And he's going to try to dive off the side of this thing into wild space. He's going to run along the mast here and try to dive out of its view.
Sure.
And hopefully I will know that I've done it when my fucking
work.
flying shoes kick in.
Oh my god. Oh boy. I mean, that's one way to test it, I guess.
I suppose.
You could have also cast a cantrip, but this also is a great way to test it.
Eventually I'll get outside of the bubble.
You learned from watching you, Flute.
I know. Hey, I wasn't criticizing.
He takes a deep breath. A huge, I'm going into space breath.
Yeah, your little legs, like you can't fly in this moment. You're upright on the edge of the ship here, and you just go running and leap off the side here, floating, trying to.
And it'll be a dash, so I'll use it. That'll be my whole. Well, maybe. Keep going.
And with the 30 feet here, I would say I will be nice and say that you can get outside of the cone with
Amazing.
your movement from where you were. With your 30 feet, you get exactly outside of it. So as you leap off, you just feel you need to get this big long running start, and you push yourself off, and you're just like floating there. And as you have your eyes closed, and you can just see this like glow that in the same way you can see like a light turn on, even though your eyes are closed, of your moon boots like turning on
Nice.
because you can't turn the cantrip light off on them when you're in. So you are floating and flying outside of the magic cone.
And I turn to the creature and cast Charm Monster.
Okay. Man, I am glad I made you. I'm glad I didn't give you that for free. So Charm Monster, that's a big level spell there, and I need to double check to make sure that you can do it. I believe that you can, because I'm pretty sure that the word is creature, and in D&D the word creature is the the full umbrella for
All of
anything. Yeah, it's for
You
anything.
attempt to charm a creature you see within range. It must make a wisdom saving throw, and it does so with advantage if you or your companions are fighting it. Now,
We have
are we fighting it?
fought it.
This comes up every time there's a charm spell.
Haven't drawn a sword.
I'm not fighting it. They're fighting it.
Well, actually, I would immediately call bullshit if any person has attacked it in the crew yet, but no one has done an attack roll.
We haven't.
We haven't.
It is definitely fighting you. It is definitely fighting you.
Does it take two to tango?
Yeah.
You know what? Don't quote me on this, and I forever hold the right to call bullshit, but in this specific instance, it is hunting you, and you all have done 0 things to attack it at all. Even in the ship movement, you're still just kind of like scooping it up. No attacks have been done to it by you or your companions. No attacks have been done here. And we are an initiative. I would say rules as written, this is wrong, but for the flavor of this moment, I'm not going to roll with disadvantage.
Okay,
But-
all right.
I still get my wisdom
I am
saving
going
Still
to
get
use
that
my
wisdom
legendary
roll.
action to automatically pass.
Don't say that.
What is the DC?
18.
Cool, I got a 21.
Wisdom. Reaction. I'm going to roll a d6.
It's a bad day for you, buddy.
It could be a bad day. What do I need?
18 and a 21, you said?
What's it? Your DC 17?
The
said
DC was 18.
So you need-
18.
You need a
So 50-50
4?
chance.
Gotta roll a 3 or better.
No, because a 3 takes it down to 18, which still succeeds. So you need
So
a
you need-
6
you
or
need
a
a
5.
It is a true 50-50 chance.
you need
Or
a
4. Or
4,
4.
5, 6.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, it is a bad day. Well, now we're fighting it.
I think, man, dice tell the story, baby. Dice tell the story. It could have been a whole different thing. Could have been a whole different thing.
That's a piece of shit.
It's good to know that magic works from a distance.
I tried for friendship. And I fucking blew my reaction on it. That could have been wicked.
No,
I mean,
amazing try.
I think it's a cool moment that Moonboy jumps off the edge here, feels the light of his boots kick on. He looks back, and he knows he has this power in him, and he casts this spell, and he sees the moonlight of it ripple over the Astral Dreadnaught, and it just kind of, its huge slug-like body shivers, and you see its pincers clink as you even have this orbit trying to reduce it. What's up? And what happens? Yeah, doing the action, Jordan?
No. I was just talking about the music.
Oh yeah, Jason's incredible. He's truly
Crushing
incredible.
it. And that's literally it. Moonboy casts this thing and he kind of sees, in this thing's weird eye, you could be a friend. You could be a misunderstood, lost child of some planet that was exploded, just like me. But then he sees the anger take it over, and he knows that they're going to have to fight this big nasty boy out here in space. As he kind of floats off and buckles up for battle, probably to be swatted out of the air and into history by a horrible space lobster.
No, I think, Moonboy, you see the spell hit it and it ripples, and at the end of your turn, the Astral Dreadnaught shivers, and without looking at you, its mouth, it's keeping its eye very focused on the ship, but its head turns a little bit, and you see its teeth open and they kind of click.
Ugh.
And I would love for you to roll a charisma saving throw for me, please.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
How's a 19?
A 19 hits the DC for this exactly.
Whew, then there are
Dice,
two
dice,
numbers
dice.
on this die that I can roll.
Stress.
We'll keep rolling that one.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
As you feel, it uses a legendary action to try and draw you in toward its mouth, and you can see inside of its mouth. You can see this cosmic swirl, and you can see a moon inside of it for a second. You're pulled toward it, and the magic starts to draw you in, but you break it, and you know it is the wrong. You resist the magic calling of it.
Terrifying.
It is not a charm effect for the future, but
Okay.
just so you know.
That is important.
That is the end of Moonboy's turn, and so that's going to bring us to the top of the initiative order. K.A.I, you still cannot do anything in the position that you are in, but if you have any flavor for what K.A.I is currently experiencing, please give it to us.
Flavor.
Yeah. So earlier it was like I'd been reduced down to a spark, and now it's like that spark. K.A.I, it feels like that spark is being just sort of crushed out by a great force on all sides of it that are just trying to reduce it down even further and grind it into nothing. And
Yeah, absolutely.
is what is sort of still there is just trying to endure.
I've had that dream, and that way is going to bring up Flute then.
Sam, tag yourself.
Can I tell how far Moonboy had to get away to be out of the anti-magic cone?
Yes. I would say
Feeling when
Stop jumping off of my ship!
I didn't say I was gonna jump off. I'm just wondering.
That's not what it's for.
God damn it!
Getting muddy footprints all over the masts.
I would say if you want more exact information than this, you'll have to roll for it. But I will tell you, it is clear that it is the energy is dispersing from the eye, so it is in a cone shape originating from the eye, and it is looking out at the ship. So going from side to side is a better chance than going back and forth from it. And if you want any more exact information than this, you'll have to use an action roll for it.
The elvish impersonator it's looking at, or the dinger?
Both. It is floating 10 feet above the deck of the bow of the elfish impersonator, and it is looking kind of straight, like glaring down at it, so the cone spreads out from there.
All right, this is maybe stupid, but that's what my
Flute
character
do something
does.
stupid? No way.
I'm gonna grab K.A.I. We're on the deck now, right?
No, you're right above it. You're like 5 feet above it, but you're still kind of floating in the air. You can drop yourself down pretty easy. I didn't imagine the ship is like coming up, like boop, it's touching your feet.
Yeah, I don't
just like
know
kind of like under you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if I could somehow get on to the deck.
It just costs you 5 feet of movement. It kind of like let yourself fall down, I would say.
Great. And then I'm going to run toward the bow of the ship under the Astral Dreadnought, and I'm dragging K.A.I. with me and trying to get as under as we can and out of sight of its eye.
Yeah, let's let me math this out real quick, because this thing is huge, and you need. I will say, since you are dragging K.A.I, it's half your movement, so 15 feet of movement is not going to get you there. But if you use your dash action, you will be able to pull both of you out.
Yes, I'll just use my dash action, and I'm basically just looking at K.A.I and like, wake up, wake up.
Cool. Hell yeah.
Does K.A.I.'s lights come on? If I dash?
Yeah, as you pull this just like clanging, connected conglomeration of metal, you pull him. I'm gonna say you need to pull him here to the very tip of the bow, and you see K.A.I come back online. So please give us some flavor for this, Aaron.
Wow.
I think K.A.'s lights just sort of abruptly kick back on and start glowing again with a start, and K.A.I just sort of come in mid shriek.
Windows startup sound.
Oh God!
And I will bonus action.
There's like 3 or 4 of those. He shuts off again.
Yeah, totally.
Gang, gang, gang,
Installing
gang.
updates.
Yeah.
I'll bonus action.
He's like, no, I don't want to update.
I don't want to start iTunes. What is this?
Terms of service. I made this body.
I'm like, come on, K.A.I, come on.
Yes, agree. I already have my email address.
Yes, I am a robot. The caption says that you are a robot.
Yes.
Mother's maiden name. I am
Check
my
all
mother.
boxes that contain the underlying arcane code that prizes all things. Yes.
Incredible.
Yes.
So that is going to bring up the end of your turn, I believe.
Yeah, K.A.I, you've got a 1d10 bardic inspiration.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's as you come back to consciousness with Flute kind of singing to you underneath an Astral Dreadnaught. This thing is like huge. You can't see anything if you look up but it. And Klik, it is now your turn. I would love you to start by rolling an Arcana check.
Yeah. feel strongly about it. 15.
15, you can feel the ship leave your control. You used to be able to see out, like you're tucked in a room in the ship, and you used to be able to see outside of it. You're just like attuning to it naturally. So you're looking outside of the ship as you can see anywhere about like 5 or 10 feet off of the edge of the ship, and all of a sudden, boom, you're just back in this room and you feel none of this connection. As being inside of the anti-magic cone, it seems to go through walls and is now shut off the power to the spelljamming helm and your attunement to it.
Okay. Klik will get on the walkie-talkie immediately to Goliathan and be like, Goliathan, I don't know if you can jam at all, but you're our only hope of getting out of here. See if Dingham Nidris can back us up.
You just hear, oh, okay.
Fast as possible, see what she can do. And I will run onto the deck and try and get in a position to fight. I don't know how much movement it takes to get on deck.
We'll just call it 30. I think it's
Okay.
it's fine for you. You can be at that stair set on the ship in 30 feet of movement.
Like over here?
Yep, that's great.
All right. So if I do another 10, I don't know. Whoops. This feels a little ineffectual, but I will huck-a-chuck-cha at it.
Sure. As you throw your blade at this huge hulking creature, go for it.
Not great. Not great. 15 to hit.
15 does not hit.
Yeah, I'll throw it again.
Yeah. As you throw it at it, it just like bounces off the armor, and as it goes skewing off into the astral plane, it comes back to you, and you can chuck it again.
26 to hit.
26 does hit as you kind of like, realize it has this very tough, thick armor, and you need to throw it at more vulnerable spots. It sticks into the side of its neck and does do damage to it.
Not gonna be very much. It's 11 slashing.
All right.
Nice. Does that kill it?
Is that it? Does that handle it?
Did we do it?
Oh,
Did they do
third attack does hit as well.
Let's go.
It is a 28 to hit, and this is
thing's
an
turn.
additional 11 slashing.
All right. Consistent. Like a good,
Yeah.
true fighter.
Yeah.
You has this vulnerable spot, and you just throw it at the neck again, and it you see it like it just kind of like twitches. But when your tchotchke comes back, it has blood on. It's like weird, very dark, like oil-like blood on it. As the tchotchke comes back to you.
Oily blood.
Unctuous
Well, that's
liquid.
the best I can do for right now.
Cholesterol.
Great.
Pretty good.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Great. It's going to use another legendary action then to take one of its claws and reach below and just swing wildly down to try and grab it. And I like Andrew, if Flute and K.A.I, if you could both roll a d6, and whoever has the lower number, this claw is going to attack as it's just swinging under your
D6?
blade. Yeah, d6.
2.
A 1.
Not even close.
Can I do an acrobatics save?
Absolutely not. Oh, wow, that's impressive. You pull K.A.I down underneath this thing, and you feel like K.A.I's consciousness kind of like click back to life here, and it's just the two of you under this gigantic monster. And K.A.I, you come back to consciousness, you see where you are, you see what's going on, and then you just see this huge claw just reach under the body and snap onto Flute, and it's the size, it's the size of the bow of the ship by itself, and it rolled a natural 20 on this hit.
Come on.
Flute, what is your max AP?
Oh my god.
My
No,
maximum
don't ask that.
HP.
Why you need to-
Yeah.
HP.
An
What is your-
incredibly chill 69.
Thanks.
That's your max. Nice. But
Did that Hero's Feast wear off? We were still on the same day.
From
Yeah,
from
it
the
would.
Azure
I
Forge?
forgot that we
No, you've rested since
feasted.
then. You've rested since then.
Oh, it goes away when you rest?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I don't think it does. It lasts for 24 hours.
It lasts for 24 hours. I have it prepared, though. I had intended for us to
I
eat
don't
before
remember
this.
when we did it, but it doesn't go.
Oh, it lasts for 24 hours?
It's definitely not
Yeah.
been 24 hours.
Yeah, because
since we
it
had
also
it.
time freezes in the astral plane. So yeah, you can continue to have the effects.
Then I have 72.
Cool. All right.
I'm assuming the Hero's Feast is from the max hit points when I took the Hero's Feast, not when I leveled up twice.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
All right. What
Sorry,
are the
I'm still
dammies?
doing math.
What?
Come
on.
So
You're
bad.
like, carry
And
to
you're
the
not,
third
like-
column, and
You're like way too far for me to do anything about it.
Oh my god! I swear to God, I'm not making this up. It did 55 points of damage. Here.
Wow.
So
Okay.
as it just like you just see it just like mangle Flute and try and grab him, but his skinny little body just squeezes through this huge claw. And with that, we're gonna take a break here, and we're gonna cut. We're gonna take a quick 5-minute break where we're gonna drink, pee,
Yeah.
and we'll see you in just 5 minutes here.
That's
on the other
Flute's
side of the break.
request. So, can we get a break when
Yeah, my guts
Ow.
are hanging out. Is that my spine? Is that my spine? Can you see it?
oh, you heard the world's biggest back crack. Oh.
It's not a problem. It's not a problem in the summer.
roasting.
I mean, in the
You're
winter,
not
Andrew.
like-
It's only in the summer. The bugs outside of your window, and when I've been doing audio for these episodes, is hilarious because I'm like, man, these bugs are. Andrew lives.
I'm
Around bugs.
The fake country.
You're just saying things. It's not roasting.
Yeah.
Roasting would be like, you have to have your window open because you stink so bad. It wouldn't be a very good roast. But
This is why
Be a
you're a
light
vegan,
roast.
and I'm not. Okay, cool.
see,
We
now
are.
that was a roast.
Self-roast.
We're back here.
Colombian roast.
Flute, how many hit points do you have?
17.
Plenty.
Yeah, I'm a new tougher Flute, okay? I'm level 13. I can get pinched by a space lobster.
It really is. It really is a space lobster.
That did make it sound much cuter than it
Yeah.
actually was.
I can get pinched, slammed into eternity by a langoustine.
But I would have preferred that didn't happen.
Sure, that makes total sense to me.
55 damage.
That's a lot.
That's going to bring up Cobble in the initiative order here, who's going to quiver in fear, watching just this like huge snap happen below and being so close to this creature. After that, it's going to bring up Goliath's turn, who
How's that burrito, bud?
nothing happens that you all can see that your characters perceive right now. I will say on his turn.
Uh-oh.
That is.
I got cheese on the hill.
Drinking a margarita.
That is going to bring up the Astral Dreadnaught here, as you all can see this punctured hole that you've made in the side.
Okay, but didn't he just stab Flute? Like,
Yeah, did he just stab him?
He
He's
used
got
a
legendary action.
That was a ledge.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
that's...
Legendary reaction.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Throwing dice.
Legendary AF. She's leaving. She's done.
I
Fair.
know, it's her bullshit.
She's finally had enough.
Whip that dice
Andrew,
across
you made that
the
joke
room.
about me using legendary resistance, but I didn't need to because I succeeded on the saving throw.
Did you just whip a battery at me?
I just guessed. I was like, if this creature doesn't have legendary resistances, I'll eat this hat.
Yeah, I was working up to it, and I didn't need to. That was so. It
I like
is.
to spoil the fun.
You're all saying you're going to eat your
Speaking
hat.
of, there's some fun happening over there.
I think you want to eat a hat.
Being bullied by this dog.
You can eat a hat if you want, Andrew.
I heard that.
Anytime.
It's going to make you sick.
You guys hear Andrew's dog
Right
growling
there.
at him?
It's saying don't eat hats. That's what I
Stop
do.
eating hats.
That's
There's no
my
hats
thing.
left over for anyone
You're
else.
such a poser.
He's mad because it's 8 degrees and I won't walk him. Sorry, we're not all built for it, bud.
Some of us are built for rolling dice and sipping Waterloos. Let's do it, baby.
Okay.
Yep.
He's really
Back
taking
to the
the
game.
You all see this huge lobster-like creature, which I'm just rolling with because you all said it. You see this huge, gigantic lobster-like creature flip itself over after making contact with Flute's body. It just kind of roils in a ball here. Rolls in a ball. I don't know.
He rolls right up.
There's some
Gesticulates,
roiling.
yeah.
He gesticulates?
It squirms.
Oh. Yeah, it's undulating. This thing undulates.
Yeah, we can just. I majored in English. I can just keep going. That's all I'm good for.
One more.
It writhes.
There it is.
Yeah, it's a good one.
As it flips around, and you can see staring down at you, K.A.I needs you to make another Constitution saving throw as it readjusts its anti-magic cone, and no longer focusing on the ships out here, but now just focusing straight down below him.
What's that?
That's a natural 20
Natural 20, boom!
for a total of 29.
Natural 20.
I will say, you still cannot cast any spells or use any magical abilities, but you are still conscious, as you feel very queasy. You feel this is the only time that K.A.I gets sick, is you are currently sick and unwell here, but you are still conscious.
Okay. I can't fly.
I would say no. I would say you specifically
it's a magic
can't
item.
fly. Yeah, you cannot fly. Yeah.
What about my other magic items?
You can use your
They're not
mechanic.
working.
Things like your lightning launcher, you could use, but you can't fly. Anything that you cannot use any of your infusions.
We'll say my
Right,
my infusions exactly.
So you are conscious. You cannot use any of your magical abilities, including your infusions.
Okay.
While you were inside of the cone.
I would like to try to move out of the cone.
It's not your turn, but you may.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But in general,
that's right. I was just making a saving throw.
Yeah,
I
understand.
manifest.
We get very
It's a big
loosey-goosey
fight.
often, for sure. Yeah.
It's a big fight. Big plans.
Well, now I want to do something else now that everyone knows.
I want to stay here.
I want to stay. I want to be diminished again.
It is the Astral Dreadnaught's turn still, and it's going to use its first attack to snap one of its claws at you again, Flute.
No.
Hit me instead.
That is going to be a
dickhead
24 to hit.
Will hit.
For
you could have hit me with that. Don't
18 points of slashing damage. I believe that puts you unconscious.
That will unconscious me.
Oh God! It cut him in half.
Yeah, I'll kind of fall.
Yeah, as it just kind of like nicks you. This like as it tries to the snapping and just like nicks you at the end of it, and you just K.A.I, you see in front of you, it snaps a bit of Flute as he just falls unconscious on the ground here. Flute, you hear the rider's voice inside of your head say, "Do you want me to help?"
Can I respond when I'm unconscious?
Yep.
Oh. Yeah. Yes, help us.
Cool. The rider appears exactly where K.A.I, you see this. The rider appears exactly where Flute was standing before. Flute's body is still unconscious. Flute, your body is still laying on the ground, but the rider is just suddenly here and standing over Flute. So, Andrew, if it gets back to your turn, if it gets back to Flute's turn, you both have to roll a death saving throw, and the rider is right there with you.
Copy that. And the rider's standing in the gaze of this thing?
Oh, yeah. Yes, he succeeded on a Constitution saving throw, and so with your request, he's
It would
able
have been
to put
hilarious
himself
if
right
he
there.
was like, and then just disappeared immediately.
That's why I was like, he couldn't come out earlier. He couldn't come out. Okay,
Turned
cool.
into ash.
Yeah, I'm giving magical people who we're kind of like bending the rules here a little bit with people like K.A.I and the Rider, but so I'm giving him con saves to be able to exist. He can't.
They're kind
can't
of
cast any
bending the
spells,
rules
but he's
to
here.
exist anyway.
Yeah.
Rude.
That's a good point.
You're a blender that got struck by lightning.
Come on.
K.A.I, a second claw comes out of nowhere and hits
Jeez.
you, I believe. What's your AC?
I'm a blender that built itself. My AC
You were the lightning and
Here's
the
the thing.
blender.
is so if I can't use any of my infusions, then my armor class is a little bit lower than usual.
Jason Wardell, everybody.
Jason.
Wardell.
If none of those are active,
I don't know
So
why I
my
point
AC
up like he's above us somewhere.
He is above us. We
Yes.
all know.
Amen. He's an artist.
You're this
that's
tiny
for-
man in my ears. He's crushing it.
That's forever
My
the
shield
signal
is
for
still-
Jason is crushing it, is when everyone goes.
Yeah.
he's always crushing it. My shield is still a shield, so that's good. My armor class is 21.
He hits.
Oof.
I'm trying to get better at this. Is not saying what he hits to hit, but saying if he hits
good.
or not. So, so yeah, it's the
I
second
can't do
claw.
anything.
As this
can't
huge
shield,
Astral Dreadnaught has like flipped around and is now like a lobster hungry for its prey. What do lobsters eat? Let's find out. But as it like
They
flips
eat-
around, its huge like
just eats bric-a-brac.
its huge
Cigarette
snake-like body is floating up above you, but its horned-eyed, tongue-bearded head is facing right at you now. And the first claw just downs Flute, and the second one swings in and hits you for 20 points of damage.
All right.
Paltry.
Slashing damage.
You hear Flute's unconscious body go, bullshit.
Slashing damage. All
It's
right.
wind. It's just wind escaping the corpse.
And after it does that, its head turns up and is going to, you see it turn away from you, Flute and K.A.I, as it wriggles forward, looking at you, Moonboy,
No.
turning the anti-magic cone away from Flute and K.A.I, so your magical properties are now both back active. And Moonboy, the cone is facing at you, and it's going to fly over to you, right up to you, and use its bite attack against you.
Oh. Now it should be noted that the second it puts its eye on me, my shoes would turn off.
Sure, yeah, you are just kind of like, instead of flying and being up in the air and in control, you're just now like wriggling in the astral sea.
Moonboy's like, no. He's like trying to swim away from it. It's terrifying. It's every nightmare I've ever had.
Yeah.
Is it just like 0G in the
Yeah.
astral sea, or like
Yes.
it's just it's to wild space physically?
You all still have the ship gravity rules kind of in the radius of your ship, but
Right.
you have the bubble, the Spelljammer bubble.
Is it freezing cold in the Astral Sea?
Nope. It is uninterested. The astral sea, the astral plane is uninterested in your physical body's presence. It is more about, even your physical body is just a manifestation of what your mind believes that you are. And so there's no cold, there's no hunger, there's no like your body is just kind of operating with what it thinks it would be like. Even your hunger is
staying.
kind of like made up by your body.
Sounds chill.
Sounds pretty chill.
The Astral Sea is Los Angeles.
It's much less vapid. That's going
Your body
to
doesn't
entirely
need
vaporous.
food.
That's going Moonboy. That its huge mouth that you almost got drawn into before. You just see this no, columns of teeth open up as your tiny little form just floats above this huge mouth that opens. And what is your AC?
17.
Cool. It cannot miss you as it chomps down upon you, and does 37 points of piercing damage to you. As it just chomps you within its teeth. Are you still conscious?
Yeah, bro.
Great. Great. Then that's the end. Then that's the end of your turn, or its turn. Not your turn. That will bring up Moonboy, as you just see this thing that chomps down upon you, but you're able to wriggle out of its teeth as you can feel the whirlpool of the cosmic back of its throat as its cosmic uvula just pulls you in.
And Moonboy.
Okay, say
uvula.
cosmic uvula again. I'm writing it down.
I knew it. I could feel it. I could feel it.
Nope, we're not moving past it. I'm changing
That's
him.
enough.
No, this
was
ship
inertia.
is now named Cosmic Uvula, and I want
Cosmic
t-shirts.
Uvula.
I want Jeff
Flight
Tice.
of
I
the-
want Cosmic Uvula band t-shirts.
Jeff Tice, look at us. Give us a cosmic uvula, Jeff Tice.
Flight of the Cosmic
within you
Uvula.
all along.
Yeah.
Yuck.
So Moonboy is
Yeah.
clutched by this deep space predator between these ancient teeth, pierces his body, and he goes, "No! No!" And as he screams, light shoots from his eyes, and he once again becomes this moonish form. And he unleashes such a blast of energy as you have scarcely seen him unleash before. Let's do this at level 6.
Ooh.
I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw from this thing.
Can you cast spells?
You're in
Yeah.
a cone.
I was gonna
Yeah, you're not
reveal for dramatic effect,
Oh, that's
Sorry.
right.
but I would say I won't burn your spell slot because it is staring right at you, and you already know this. Like,
Okay.
I mean, because I think this goes through Moonboy's head. You go through like you start to go through the motions of it, and you just see absolutely
Yeah.
nothing, and you sense it, and you remember it immediately. Because this isn't a situation where you're kind of getting caught off guard, like Flute was. Instead,
Well,
here,
can I still use my ability though?
Tell me more.
To like take on my moonish form?
I'd say it's a gray area. I don't know, Andrew. What do you think?
I think yes, it's an ability, not a spell.
Like,
Great.
would you
It's like
let me
part of-
wild shape?
It's like part
Yes.
of its innate who they are.
Absolutely.
I don't know. You could give a con save like K.A.I to be able to sustain it. I don't know.
No, I think that's right. I'm always down for Andrew's answer because I know he will fuck you all over in an instant. So I think that with it being an ability, with it being like a class feature rather than a spell here, you can take on your starry form or you can wild shape, but you can't cast a spell.
Infusions are my class feature.
Oh, you're right. Then no, you
No,
absolutely can't. No, I think
they're different.
I mean like.
I'm just kidding.
But it's also a difficult one. I don't know the answer. I could probably look it up after litigating it
I
a
think
little bit. But
Moonboy
like,
should be able to use his, and K.A.I should not be able to use infusions.
Okay, Moonboy tries to go Super Saiyan and it doesn't work. And he's trapped in the mouth, and he pulls out the blade of Cyril Ethic, and he tries, well, he's not really trapped in the mouth, but
He just wriggled out of the teeth. He did just get chomped by them. He's not trapped.
Am I kind of like on this thing's face?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Can
you
it
are.
see-
You are. Its face is huge, and you just got out of its teeth, so you are right there, standing in front of it.
I'm gonna try to clamber up over its head
Sure.
and launch off the back of it into wild space and try to cast a spell that way.
Yeah, let's have Moonboy roll an athletics check, because I will straight up let you. You are at its mouth. I don't think its head is 30 feet tall, and you have 30 feet of movement.
Acrobatics?
Yeah, and so, yeah, let's have you roll an acrobatics check. The DC's 15, and if you can beat a 15 acrobatics...
Well, joke's on you. I couldn't.
Cool. I mean, I think that what happens here is as you fly up, the eye just follows you. You know, like you can get 30 feet above it, but it's
looking at
the
me.
large bulb just like follows you up and repositions.
Fine. In that case, Moonboy is going to jump off of this thing, leap into the air. Can I wild shape?
Roll a Constitution saving throw. I think that's the right answer.
Son of a bitch! It didn't go great, Harlan.
Well, you're stuck as a turtle now.
And I'm just gonna float off into space.
I will say, what did you get on the con save?
6.
Yeah. I won't require the use of your action here, but I will say, you've used your movement. You've used 30 feet of movement as Moonboy is flittering around, like after getting chomped on, making it out of the teeth and trying to get out of range of this magic eye that seems to be creating this large cone. It's just staying focused on you, and you can do nothing. You try and cast a spell, you try and wild shape, you can't do anything. And you're just stuck floating there, like wriggling around as you can't even fly, so you're just like scooping through this air, and the eye is just trained on you, it's just stuck on you, and you have the sword. If you want to use your attack action with the sword against it, you absolutely can.
No, I will, like I say, I'm going to try to kind of parkour off of this thing's back and jump off into wild space, and I'll just use my action to kind of dash, fall towards, hopefully out of its gaze eventually.
Sure, I'll let you move 30 feet away from it, from where you currently are, if you'd like to.
Okay.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, as Moonboy just kind of like wriggles about, and you can see that you, Klik especially, can kind of see this scene where Flute and K.A.I were clobbered a bit. You see Flute has fallen, just like laying in a clump on the deck here. Moonboy is just like kicks off and is like flying through astral space, and Moonboy, you dash from here. You can move. You're right here. You can move 30 feet. That's 60 feet. So,
I used my action to dash.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say you use 30 feet of movement to try and get out of its eye reach, to like do all of the things that you were trying to do.
Okay, go ahead and put me where you think I should be.
Cool. If you want to move in that space, then you can be. Well, if you want to move out of the cone range, I would put you about like here.
Okay.
Because it was like looking at you there. It can turn on you either way. If you want to keep going in either direction outside of here, you can. But I would. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you can kind of like be in anywhere in this range, I would say. Kind of like in this like little circle. So, and Klik, you see all of this. You see Moonboy just like struggling, wriggling off here. You see Flute down. You see K.A.I underneath this huge hulking creature. No response from Goliathan, and it is now Dingham-Nidris's turn.
Dinga.
As you see the ship, the Dinger behind you, kind of like lurch and ripple and Klik. For a moment, you think that it's going to move and attack against the Astral Dreadnaught. But instead, you just see this large, bright light float from the back of the ship out to the side. And you see a huge, hulking, glowing ball float about 30 feet from the edge of the back of the ship. And you see a large globe of bright light form itself on the Astral Dreadnaught, and it is going to roll a saving throw here and deeply fail. And it's so you just see it just start burning away as this like large bit of glowing light appears on the edge right by where Moonboy kicked off of. As he's pushed himself away, the mouth is kind of like turning back at him almost, and this large ball of glowing light appears, and it's going to do a decent amount of damage to him.
All right, Dinger.
So he blasted him an orb of light.
Yep. Just 31 points of radiant damage to the Astral Dreadnaught. As this just like glowing humanoid form has stepped out of the side of the Dinger and conjured something that is burning the body of the Astral Dreadnaught.
Well, he is never going to want to be a chair again, that's for sure.
Wait, so Dingham Idris is floating out there?
Yes.
He's gone full Geodude?
You can roll an Arcana check if you'd like to.
Did you say he's gone full Geodude?
That's what I said.
I didn't. You
Arcana?
cut out.
Yep, Arcana.
I cut out, I said Geodude. I said Geodude.
You did.
Arcana 15.
Did you roll a -5?
I rolled a 3.
You know immediately as you look around here and you're surveying the scene, you know for 100% sure that Dingham Nidris has stepped out of the ship itself and is joining the battle. You can't quite see his form. It just looks like the silhouetted, like a large Vin Diesel-like shape that is silhouetted in moonlight. But
as we said, Geodude, they are one and the same.
Yeah.
Did.
That's how Vin Diesel would say
That's your impression of Vin Diesel? Yeah.
It isn't.
I'm great. There.
It isn't. I should have had a Dingham Nidris token ready. I didn't, so I'm going to use a Moon token instead and put him right there. So that is going to bring up K.A.I. It's now your turn.
It's my turn. So
the eye is off you right now, right?
That's
the eye
true.
is off me.
That is true.
I'm going to, as the eye veers off in another direction and I'm removed from its gaze, the brightness will return to me and I will quickly take off of the ground. And how far is it from me to the back of its head?
25 feet.
All right, perfect. I will fly up to the back of its head. I will grab a hold of one of its horns and plant my feet sort of where its head meets its neck. And I will use my action to attack it with my Thunder Gauntlet. I will just hit it in the temple as hard as I can.
Give it a big old cosmic punch.
That's a 15.
Ooh.
You got that Bardic Inspiration, D10.
A 15 misses.
I'll use Bardic Inspiration. Well, can I use that on a saving throw?
You can use it on anything.
You can use it on anything. I'm going to save Bardic Inspiration and take my second attack as it sort of swings me out of the way.
Except damage. You can't use it on damage.
That's worse.
Yeah.
I will use Bardic Inspiration on my second attack. It's worse, so I should have used it on the first one.
Tell me what the DC. Tell me what the attack to hit ends up being with that bardic.
Okay. With my Bardic Inspiration, that brings it to a total of 19.
That misses. As you fly up to the back of this thing's head, you kind of like grab onto its horns and you just start punching away at its skin, and you just like kind of hit skull, but it doesn't do any damage as this thing's body is made of armor. It's this thick, leathery skin. It is a creation of some evil, powerful thing, and it is meant for destruction. And as you find a part of its body that is usually a weak spot, the back of the skull, a soft spot, you find no luck as you're smashing your magical fists into the back of its head, and you do no damage to it.
All right. Fair play. With my bonus action, I will reach down and fling a party dart in Flute Whimteaser's neck.
The soft part of his body, that's for sure.
Hey.
And you will regain 11 hit points.
Wonderful. I will say, for now, Andrew, you can act twice on your turn. And you can, yeah. I will say that for now. It will get a little complicated later, but as we start to keep track of things, but for the simplicity of this moment, the rider is next to you and you can act twice on your turn.
Yeah.
So just as if I'd used Conjure Fiend?
Yes.
So I reach out and I pop a party dart into Flute's neck, and I look at the rider and I say, just after the nick of time, eh? And I will hang on to the back of the Astral Dreadnaught's head.
Wonderful.
After missing both my attacks.
Yeah. But you got Flute back up, baby. That's good too.
And wasting my Bardic Inspiration.
That is going to bring up Flute.
Worst case scenario.
It is Flute's turn.
I'll kind of get up and get my bearings. I'm gonna point to that little rift that we opened, and I'll tell the rider. I'll be like, "Can you fly in there and grab Malzor and bring him out?"
I don't know. Can you fly in there and grab Malzor and bring him out? He says, being like, "Yeah, I can do it."
All right. Well, you grab Malzor, and hopefully we'll still be alive out here when you come out.
Malzor's gonna come back with demon powers. It's gonna be terrible.
Try not to get
Any deals you want to make with Malzor?
Try not to.
Honestly, I keep forgetting that he's even in the game. So
No, don't taint Malzor. He's already so gross.
I think that the writer laughs at you and he goes, "Flute, you are terrible at what you do." And I love you for it. And he takes off, and he's going to use his dash action.
he's very fast. He can fly 160 feet per turn if he dashes.
Nice.
He does take an attack of opportunity from the Astral Dreadnaught.
Oh, try not to get pulverized.
As he flies away. Do you have the AC and hit points of this?
Oh, you would think I do, but I don't. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, I will give you time. Yeah, as he kind of like nods at you and starts to whoo away from you, and you see this claw just backhandedly snap at the rider as he starts to fly away, and we're going to find out with what I've rolled if it snaps him in half or not.
His AC is 18.
Cool, it hits.
Okay. And he has 40 HP.
Okay. With its claw, oh, yeah.
Oh, no, he flies 120 feet. Sorry, not 160.
Yeah, I think, actually, I flavored this wrong a little bit too, because he doesn't claw strike at him, he flips his body around. And I misspoke about the attack that went against Flute as well, because with his opportunity attack, he does get to, and with this attack here, he does get to do a different sort. Actually, you know what?
Careful.
I just realized I read the legendary action wrong. Flute, you can just, you should, I messed this up earlier. You just give yourself 17 more hit points, because I did something wrong. You can just, that party dart was incredibly effective. And you can just
Great.
have 17 more hit points. Anyway, it's getting back to this opportunity attack. I do get to do my big boy attack for that.
Big boy attack. Is that what it says on the stat block?
Mm-hmm.
It does 38 points of damage, so the rider has 2 hit points left.
Ow.
I rolled
Almost.
very high on the dice too. Yeah.
Almost. Cool,
Yeah.
yeah, he can fly 120 feet towards the little hole.
Or not? Yeah, I rolled just above average. Never mind, it's not. And so yeah, he clips him, and you just see the rider's body, like as the Astral Dreadnaught writhes and flips its whole body around, and you just see it snap at the rider before refocusing. It's
I'm like, you're not great at this either.
and,
I have a question.
yeah.
Can we see how, badly hurt the rider is right now?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not going to make you roll a perception check for it, because I think that Flute yelling about it, I'm just going to make that narrative call that the rider is like limping along here.
Is the eye on me now?
No, I think that the creature's snapped back. I think that for mechanical purposes, I'm keeping the eye direction facing in the same way. It gets the opportunity attack, and it's allowed to use its bite attack as the opportunity attack, but I think it still kind of like writhes around and wriggles and is kind of estimating where Moonboy is, not repurposing the magic cone on you, just putting it back to where it was before.
Great. Then I will hold up my sword, and a flash of light lances up all the way up and through this thing's head, and it has to give me an intelligence saving throw as I cast Rowlethem's Psychic Lance.
Let's go. You blew 2 of these in the opening scene of the Azure Forge.
And now I'm blowing them again.
One thought that was the first and that was the only mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
right.
never spammed Jason Wardell harder after a session when you blew 2 of these spells in the first room of the Azure Forge.
The single room of the Azure Forge.
Yeah.
It's a DC 18 intelligence save.
Oh boy. I rolled
This
well.
Dreadnought fight music is such a vibe.
I rolled an 18 on the dice and got a 15.
Oh,
You got a 15?
Okay.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Let me roll all the dammies.
The eyebrows, they are going.
Yeah, Jason Wardell, everybody. Just come
Hell
on,
yeah.
hot. I don't know how you make Astral Dreadnaught fight music both a little sexy and also terrifying, but here it is. Here it is.
There it
I
is.
feel like I'm naked in an elevator with an assassin.
Yeah. Neo from the Matrix
It's
is
gonna take
about to tell me what to do with my
23
life. And I'm going to
points.
say yes.
It's gonna take 23 points of psychic damage, but more importantly, it's incapacitated until its next turn.
It's gonna hold me down and red pill me like an epileptic cat. One of those
It's the start of my next turn. It's incapacitated.
Yeah. I
Not it.
I translated that in my mind because I was at the end of it. Yeah. But boy, so give us some flavor here because this thing is just going to be floating in the astral space and not doing anything until the end of your next turn.
That's kind of like
so.
claws at the rider who's like takes a hit and still manages to fly away, and as it's kind of twisting around, you see this lance of light kind of kabob it right off the deck of the ship, and it's kind of like writhing around on it as it's being dealt all this psychic damage. And you see this like tiny figure underneath it holding its sword up.
Yeah, you're just looking at Flute holding this glowing sword up in the air, clearly causing this damage, even though he's just a minuscule figure underneath. And
Scully's so fucking cute, dude. My God.
Scully's so fucking cute.
I don't mean to.
That is going to bring up Klik's turn.
Okay. Well, seeing as we're talking, so Scully's out. As this thing is incapacitated, Klik is going to pick her spot, and I am measured. We're good. We can just walk right up there. We can just walk right up. So Klik is gonna charge the Dreadnaught and clash her Kreen bracers together into a glowing, humming, like a cicada, but more resonant.
Sure.
And like a hum.
Cicada and throat singing.
Yeah, oh yeah. And she's gonna expend 5 charges and use double strike.
Sick.
Let's go.
And then we are going to pull my Githka off of her back and run charging with the big Githka attack here. I critted.
Yeah. Oh God, what's even gonna happen right
doesn't
now?
something insane happen?
Wait, I don't. Okay, so like a few things happen.
Yeah.
Oh, the cicada sounds Jason. Whoa.
You're about to fucking. You're about to do a Magic the Gathering combo on this monster.
Yeah, I don't understand
also,
fully what's going to happen.
I also want to point out, too, that I was saving all of my legendary actions for the next couple of turns to kind of like stack it with what is about to happen on its turn. And Flute has now totally demobilized my ability to use legendary actions that I just lose here. And so with that... Klik has just come above board here out of the useless spelljamming Hammond is just thrown the attacks at it, thrown these tchotchkes at it, and now you're gonna do some hella shit. So let's have you roll for let's work through the scene of this moment. Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna need a little bit of a walkthrough.
Sure,
okay,
let's do it.
I'm dealing double damage on the dice. This is also my first hit, so I can do the split. The piercing both body and mind check. Right. So, but I roll double damage 2 times. Does the shadow crit also?
The shadow crits the shadow crit crits also, but it does not have the effect that your weapon has. So you can double. Just imagine 2 Kliks standing there, and then take your weapon. Special ability out of the scenario. So it's you do the damage for as if 2 of you were standing there, so you do the regular damage and you double the dice amount for both of the 2 of you standing there. And then also at the end of all of this, we should add your weapon on top of it because
I also have like 5 more attacks.
And doesn't your weapon have a specific critical effect?
Yes. So that's a separate thing. Okay, so I have rolled.
Let's do the math of all of this, and then let's do the scene description.
Okay, so I rolled a 5 and a 4. It's gonna get the modifier twice, which is an additional 12. So 9 plus 12 is 21.
Wait, hold on, sorry. It doesn't get the modifier twice unless you're adding it twice because there are two.
Well,
of us.
it's I'm adding it twice because
Yeah.
there's two of us.
So
I rolled.
what's the modifier?
Oh wait, I forgot that I just rolled it. I need to roll this dice 2 more times. 6.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start here.
And a 6.
You're
Okay.
think
So
about it
it's
for a
9.
moment.
So the Klik hit is 9 plus 6 is 15.
Cool, got it. 15 points of damage from the Klik hit, and then your
The Klik
shadow
shadow
double.
is 6 plus 7 plus 6. So 6 is 12, 19 from the
great.
shadow.
Great.
And then there is the additional Githka thing. So that target takes an extra 3d8 psychic damage, and they must make a wisdom saving throw.
So roll the 3d8.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm writing all of this down because when you hit this big,
terrible.
it's a whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. That was only 5 on the 3d8.
Great.
And then they make a wisdom saving throw.
I think they automatically fail that.
Oh, because they're incapacitated. If the target fails, your weapon pierces both body and mind, and the target has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. Can't take reactions until the end of its next turn.
Oof.
So it's sort of extra incapacitated.
Amazing.
Well, yeah, at the end of your next turn, which is different than Flute's next turn too. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess it gets another. It can't take a reaction until the end of its next turn.
Yep.
This is crazy.
Okay.
And then that's it for that. So it's
That's it for that one hit.
It's 39 points of damage on that singular first hit.
Jesus.
So
Competitive.
and then
Amaze.
let's just go because you have the double strike figure of yourself conjured, which for those of you who haven't been following along with every piece of mechanic and all this, like you have activated these bracers, and we'll do more flavor in a second here. But you've activated these bracers that have conjured a shadow form of you standing next to you. It's not a shadow, but a psionic form. This like rippling purple blue energy of yourself that is these ancestors that you talked to before, kind of building another version of you, not just the projection of yourself that is standing here, but also all of the yourself that is connected to your past, and it is also attacking. So because you have acted double strike, if you want to use your other attacks here, you can double those as well. So you roll a single time to see if both of you hit, and if you hit, you roll double the damage dice. So let's do those attacks too.
That is a dirty 20 on the second half.
That hits exactly. The AC is 20 on this creature.
7, 9 plus 12 is 21.
21 points of damage altogether, or for a single hit?
Altogether.
Cool. And then you have a third attack here, right? Because you've
Yeah, but that's just my first attack because that was first hand, like front hand, backhand. So this is second attack. That is a 21 to hit.
21 does hit.
7 plus 5 is 12 plus 12 is 24.
24 points of damage on the second hit.
Yep. Second half of that will hit as well. It's a 24. 1 plus 6 is 7 plus 12 is 19.
Hell yeah.
19 points of damage there. Great.
I want
Just
the damage
and I
total
have
for
one
this
more.
attack.
I have one more attack.
Incredible.
Scully, she's like, "You're doing something, and I'm not involved." Come here, man. That will hit as well. It is a 28. The first one is an 8 plus a 5 is 13 plus 12 is 25. And one more. This is her biggest turn that she's ever had.
This is like an anime caliber.
Yeah.
I was about to
This
say.
is-
Where it like
Yeah.
freezes.
You're doing like a Final
also
Fantasy
you haven't missed.
fucking limit
Yeah.
break.
I also, I haven't missed. I mean, her modifier is huge, but that's a dirty 20 as well.
She's limit breaking.
It's like the Knights of the Round summon from Final
Totally.
Fantasy
For,
VII.
exactly right.
that last hit is
But
16.
they're all click.
Yeah. Truly nanners. That's the new term. Nanners.
I mean, this is the bracers are messed up.
Yeah, fuck you, Ted Offner. Just to be fair.
I'd like to note that I did not make those.
Ted just slipping him into the game.
I asked him to make a very broken like person for you to fight, and then it ended up with you getting the broken things. So
The magic of D&D.
so sorry, I've got the math. I'm just doing it. It's just taking me a while.
Yeah. I mean, it's 6 hits, and then it's like 6 individual strikes, and then the bonus from the crit.
Yep.
So it's something.
Yeah, I've got it. I asked you to slow it down and break it down so that I could be 100% sure about the damage that we talked about, because this is going to be. I knew from the beginning that was going to be a big fucking hit of a turn.
So wait, so how many d8s is it? It's 6 times 2 is 12, plus the additional from the crit is 14, plus the 3, so it's 17 d8s, plus a bunch of modifiers, like so many times.
I can't do it in reverse at this point. My brain is melted, but I do feel confident about the number I'm about to say. This is insane.
This sounds like a story problem that I would fail on in school. I'd be like, I'm just getting this one wrong. I don't care.
I'll do this at the end if I have time.
I'll take a B. I don't give a shit. A lot?
Okay, if you're wearing green bracers and you have a and it crits.
You do 134 points of damage altogether on this turn.
Holy crap.
Crap.
Holy smoke-a-roni.
I will take that.
Okay.
Wow. That's insane.
Action surge.
Damn.
Yeah, I was just going to say, action surge. Let's do it again.
Here we go.
So, I want you to. The creature's not going to die in this turn. You're going to incredibly wound it, and I want you to give us some action. We'll hand it off here, but you've come below deck. You've been throwing melee things at it. You've seen all this happen, and you come up, and this is a ginormous creature, and you're just going to slice it to fucking bits. It's created by this terrible evil presence. It is an intimidating force all throughout, and you, this lowly small Kreen, are just going to slice it to fucking chunks. You're really going to Legolas the elephant here, and I want you to give us some flavor, and then tag me in, and I'll take it the rest of the way.
Legolas the elephant. Yes, I love it.
Klik comes upstairs, comes running up the stairs and chucks these chakchas, just I don't know, I'm throwing a boomerang at a god, it's just what am I even doing? And is looking for a window and seeing all of her magical friends completely disarmed by this thing, and is looking for an opening, and Flute gives her one, where she sees it reel back just a little bit, and was like, if not now, then when? And charges upon this thing. And as she's running toward it, her body almost splits in two. And you can hear the hum of her hive and the hum of her family. And this energy just sort of ripples off of her back as she runs. And the creepiest thing about this attack is it's almost completely silent. You don't hear the blade, you don't hear her move, you don't hear the shadow. It's instantaneous in a way that it doesn't really react, and she doesn't really give it time to. Where it's you keep punching it before it falls down. And then she just lands quietly and slowly sort of merges into one. Klik again, Spider-Man pose. I'm just hopes it's enough.
Silently walks back downstairs.
Can we go now?
And as large chunks of this creature just fall off, and you see it wriggle and writhe in pain, snapping at the air. Its huge horns just billowing, and it kind of cries out in this tone that shakes the world around you. You can feel it in your heads as the astral sea is wiggling, and this is its domain. This is the place that it lives, and it is giving out this call that shakes your chest, but you can feel it like kind of tickle the back of your spine as it's shaking your mind itself, and it wriggles and writhes, and you know that for the first time in this creature's whole existence, it is afraid that it might die. And that's where we're going to call the end of tonight's session. So,
Oh, man.
You never been rocked before, big guy?
that's what happens
now,
when that's what happens when Klik crits now, everybody. It's a big boy move.
I haven't
If
gotten.
you make me pull over,
I have not gotten to use the double strike since like
perfect.
for months because I haven't had enough charge counters because we haven't had a new day. So that was my first time getting to like actually use it in about 6 months, and it's very exciting.
Which is going to be the rest of this game. Is like you all have broken things to do, but it's just about when you use those broken things. So GG's everybody. That was an incredible first part of this fight. That was so fun to watch as a spectator, I will say. So good one.
Oof.
you're not a spectator.
I like this music. Yeah.
You're a monster.
You're
You're the bad guy who everyone hates.
You Frankenfurter.
I can also have fun, you know.
I feel like this is Lee's
damn.
theme music right now.
We gotta give Jason an extra shout out tonight. I feel like you brought the fire tonight.
Yeah.
I don't
Brought that
know what
heat.
you did on your end.
Tonight.
End of the video
We
game.
keep getting derailed by the fire.
Credits
We
music.
gotta act like we've been here before.
Yeah. Cool. I have a fun little thing to add as we're getting out of here tonight. There's a Duster podcast. Andrew has a original TTRPG that now has a physical book. Those are all getting shipped out.
I'm so excited. I cannot
Dude.
wait.
So good.
I've been running this game, and I cannot wait to have this book in my hands. If you are someone who is watching this show and you are excited about Duster, the physical book's about to land on your laps, and we have been playing a game. We've been with Aaron's about to join the podcast version of it. You're about to show up. Jordan, you've been in it as well. You have a character rolling. There's a podcast version of our game that we've been running of Andrew's show that you can check out. We'll throw a link in the chat here in a second. And if you're watching this on YouTube, there's a link below to it as well. It's called The Wasted Plains. You can check it out there. And we're going to eventually have a streamed version of it as well. It's going to go from the podcast audio to a streamed version of the game that you can watch as well. But so if you are a fan of this and you haven't checked out Duster yet, please check it out because it's a very cool game, and we have Duster content coming your way. So I just wanted to announce that as well.
If you want the game in book form and you missed the boat on the Kickstarter, go to my website, occupiedhex.com, and sign up on the mailing list because there will be some other options coming down the pipeline if you want the book.
Yeah.
It's such a fun game.
We have
It's really fun.
we have a couple of one shots on our YouTube channel here as well if you want to check it out. And again, there's a podcast version of us playing the game as well. And in our podcast version of we explain a lot of the rules. We have a fun rules corner. Shout out Jordan for the theme.
Rules corner.
Rules corner. And so that's it. I just wanted to make sure and plug that tonight especially because there's a new episode coming out tomorrow in podcast version. And they'll be coming out every week on Tuesday moving forward.
Very cool.
Anything else? Anybody have anything else before we get out of here?
Quick moment for tummy time.
Tummy time! Tummy time! Wait, keep it going. Keep it going.
Tummy time.
Tummy time. Tummy time with an Azure Forge map, everybody. Great video. Okay, cool. All right. We're out of here. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next Monday.
Bye, all.
Stargazer, Moonboy, Klik, the Crusher, K.A.I, Humbly a Chef, And the Windrider, Flute, Whimteaser, they're better than he.